Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Hey folks, so hello the camp here, and this is a new style of video I've never done before, but winter time's coming and we wanted to be a little more prepared. I know I said before I wasn't a prepper type of channel. There's plenty of those out there, and some of them are 10 times better than I am, if not more. But we have been preppers for quite a while. I prepped my whole life. I grew up in the country. So you grow up, 10 miles, 20 miles, 15 miles, whatever it is, from the nearest town. We used to have to drive 30 minutes to get to town. Well, you used to stock up on stuff. And then you'd have extras. And in the summer you would can, and you would save as much as you can. And also, as you can see, I'm wearing a vest and a sweatshirt inside. That's because when we grew up, we didn't have much for heat. And so we were told to put on a sweatshirt or put on your coat or whatever. And but most times we would run around barefoot even when it was 50 degrees in the house, and that's what I became used to. So this time of the year, I start wearing a sweatshirt here and there. I keep the heat down because right now I've got it on 50 degrees and it's probably about 30 degrees out right now, and I'm running barefoot on wood floors. The reason I do that is to be prepared for colder weather. Now, the bad thing about this year is heat prices are supposed to go up. I should say utilities. So electricity, heat, gas, anything like that, it's going to go up. So we have to start saving while we can. So that segues into what I just did. I used the last bit of my extra money to buy some extra supplies that I didn't have before. And I figured this would be a good way to show you what we have as a channel. And then my thought was to review them every time I use them. And hopefully that's something that's interesting to everybody. Let me know. You can comment down below. Make sure to give us a like and subscribe. That always helps. And also, folks, what I wanted to say earlier, and I probably forgot because, things happen, but I try to buy local. Like, I try to buy in the area of things I want, and then I try to keep it in the state, and then I keep it in the U.S. Some people, get super mad about that, and I understand because I do try to keep it in the United States and whatnot because that does help the economy. Sometimes though, if I want redundancy where I need maybe an extra water bottle or whatnot, and times are tough, and I'm not the richest person in the world, so sometimes I might buy stuff that's on sale and that's not made locally or in the state or in the U.S. But my first priority is to try to buy local because that helps everybody out. But if I have to buy something and I'm like, oh wow, that's a good sale, buy it, and it might be made in another country. Well, yeah, that sucks in a way, and it's helping out people elsewhere, but it's a tough one. I mean, it's a world economy right now, but I do try to keep it local. So anything I do support and whatnot, and will be on my reviews, and top rated will be local or in the U.S. So that's just a disclaimer. And but other than that, sometimes you have to buy something that is on sale or it's the only thing that's available. Sometimes you get gifts from people. Like a lot of the stuff was gifted. Well, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth either. I'm not going to say, oh, I can't accept that. If it was given to me, or if I got it free, or if it was super cheap, I'm going to use it. So we'll just leave that at that. And we'll go from there. And also, folks, I was gonna say, don't mind this mountain of camouflage and American flag, yeah, and backpack and stuff behind me. Underneath this is a mountain of supplies, and I thought this looked better than a bunch of boxes and etc. etc. A lot of those boxes I had an idea for because they used to be in a storage shed, and when we moved here, and it was like last minute moving, you're just throwing stuff into totes and boxes and garbage bags. You're just getting out of the other place because a long story, super long story. I won't even make it short. So anyway, I've got stuff in there that is still very useful, and some of it I bought duplicates of because I didn't know where it was, which is kind of dumb. But on the other hand, you know, what do they say? Two is one, one is none. That old saying. That way you have a backup. That's what that means. So two is one is none. So that's actually not too bad of a deal. You know, you have one pair of sock and you run out of them. Well, you wish you would have had two, right?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's nice having duplicates. But on the other hand, sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish I could have had that because I could have used that right now.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going to start off just showing you some of the things that we bought. What a lot of the people say on YouTube, it's a haul. Survival haul. But the first thing, most important, was I bought new coveralls for my daughter. One, she deserves it, but two, she grew out of her old ones.
Yeah.
And this company, they here's her old ones. It's kind of cute, the difference. So,
Yeah, they're kind of like shorter and stuff.
yeah, but here's the new ones. And she said she was so happy they're the same color as mine. So yeah, it's a nice brown color. But these are the bear ones, and I had no issues with the old ones. I would really like to do a review. You know, of course, I'm not sponsored by any of these things, but where credit is deserved, I'll get it. Here's the old ones. It's really cute how short they are. But these are by Polar King, and I remember she liked them because they had a little bear on them.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought that was cool too because we like bears. Here's the new Polar King. Here's the new ones. You can see they're out of camera range, but they're a lot taller. But like I said, she deserves them, and she's gonna need them.
Mhm.
So these feel actually thicker than her old ones did by a little bit, so that's good. And the weird thing was, back in the day, $85 for these. These this year, they weren't even on sale, $62.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, but we bought them big, so they'll last a lot longer.
Mhm.
So we'll be rolling up the straps really good, but she'll grow into them. All right, and then what I bought her and myself, new ski mask. And folks, whether or not you do outdoor stuff or whatnot, carrying a ski mask in your car like this is great.
Mhm.
Even if you get caught on the side of the road or whatnot, this covers your whole face.
Yeah.
And I've seen people all the time coming in just covered in red face and snow in their hair. And these things I always carry with me, whether I'm out hunting, camping, hiking, or even shopping around town. I always have a ski mask in my car.
Yeah.
So this one is a serious. They're serious. You get it? But this is SERIUS. Wait, I read that wrong. SEIRUS. So they're even more serious about their spelling.
Mhm.
But anyway, it was good. It's $20 ski mask,
Yeah.
but it'll be worth it. So it felt really warm. It's a fleece.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, and she's already tried hers, and she really liked it. So I'm just grabbing randomly. There's no order to this stuff, but I'm kind of excited because this is like my type of happy birthday, Christmas, Easter, everything to me because this stuff we actually use.
Mhm.
So this one is from Red Swing. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Now this thing I was pretty interested in. It got good reviews. I've never tried it. Like I said, I'm going to review a lot of this stuff. But this is emergency / survival blanket and blah 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 all purpose. They always put that.
Yeah.
But the point is, it's got waterproof backing. And then on the inside, you know, your typical reflective.
Blanket.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But it does have, seems like some solid looking grommets. Can you see that okay?
Yeah.
So solid looking grommets so you can tie it and whatnot. But it feels just just out of the package, it feels pretty solid. I'm actually excited to use this because there's been plenty of times, you know, I went out hunting early and sometimes I arrived a little bit too early. So I just had a sleeping bag and my coveralls to keep me warm. And something like this, as compacted as it is, it would have kept me a lot warmer.
Yeah.
Because when I was out there that one time, you know, I got down to, I think, 32. And the main thing that kept bugging me was my feet. They kept getting cold. But with something like this to keep your core warm, then I think your feet would survive a lot better.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that off to the side here. Oh, wait. Like I said, I never opened this before, but there's a surprise in here. Oh, nice.
Oh.
Look, cordage.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah. I was wondering what that was. So that's pretty cool. It even comes with some cordage. I mean, in my opinion, you should always have cordage with you.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you're a city dweller. A lot of this stuff you should carry in your car.
Yeah.
A heat blanket, cordage, some sort of either extra coat, a ski mask, definitely mittens. I need to take this thing off. It's
But
getting
it's
tangled
nice.
up. But anyway, that's how new it is. It still has the tags on it.
Wow.
There we go. But yeah, so red swing. We'll see how they work.
Yeah.
And then what I did make sure to get myself, I don't wear gloves a lot because I like to keep my hands used to the cold. But when it's really, really cold, I needed a good pair of gloves.
Yeah.
And I always look for sales. I don't buy new unless I have to. And my work, I work retail. They had these. These are like $30 gloves. They had them for $10 because they were getting rid of them at the end of the year. So I snagged a couple pairs, but these are a hot shot.
Oh.
Well, they're nice and they're lightweight, but man, I put my fingers in there and they feel really warm. And I've had gloves that were really warm, but you couldn't move in them. These still move really well. The only problem is I can tell already, just from growing up in the country, if you do too much heavy work with these, the finger's going to blow out right away.
Yep.
I can feel that right away because that's how some of the old gloves work. They were warm, but as soon as you start digging or shoveling or anything, your fingers will blow out. But we'll see. If they keep my fingers warm, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Now this one I'm really proud of because my daughter got it for me. And this is the Life Straw. But this has a built-in filter, emergency supply. If you need to drink water, and you pop the cap off, and then you suck out this end. You can wear it around your neck, whatever. But everybody's probably done a review on this before. I don't care. I'm going to try it. But this is something else that everybody should carry either in a backpack or in their car. And like with us, I carry a backpack and I throw it in my car every day.
Yeah.
So that way, if we do ever have to walk, whether it's for an hour or for 5 days, you have most of the survival stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And some sort of a quick water filtration system is a great necessity. I don't care if you know how to filter water through gravel and grass and charcoal and sand. You're going to need something quick when you're on the go. And not everybody knows how to do all that stuff. So I have something quick, some sort of quick filtration system.
Yeah.
And this is what I have right now. And then another great thing I really always love to have is cordage. Now my daughter got me this too, so nice of her. Because usually I use cheap clothesline and whatnot that's super cheap. But there is a a good thing to have proper cordage.
Yeah.
And she just bought me another roll because I ran out, and sometimes I'm like, I can wait because I have to be tight with my money because I'm not rich by any means. So it was nice that she got me some more cordage. So we'll throw that in the backpack too. Now this is super simple, but everybody should have. It's a good old bandana. We needed some new ones. And this you can use for filtering water. You can make char cloth out of it. And now in this day and age when everybody likes to wear some sort of outlaw mask to the store because of certain airborne products, you can carry this around too. But mainly these are good for water filtration, and you can cut bits of it, turn it into char cloth. And if you're in a dust storm, or if you're in a fire, like the fire is getting too much, these do work well keeping some of it out. But these, honestly, they're not tight enough or medical enough to keep any type of viruses or bacteria out or whatever. But it makes you feel better. Go ahead. But go ahead, get yourself a couple bandanas. I got mine in a nice tan color. These were the only two colors we found. If they had camouflage or something, I'd get it, but these were like $1.79. So I always look for the sales. Alright, so excuse me. Now this is my newest one. There's a series of these. It's by the Department of Army. I'm trying to see who printed it. You don't have to come forward. Let me just look here real quick. Alright, so this is by Skyhorse Publishing, Inc. And it's from the Department of the Army. This one is the U.S. Army First Aid Manual.
That's nice.
It actually is. I've got a couple other their books and a couple other survival books, but this is my newest one because it just talks about more survival stuff. Like here, spiders, ticks, scorpions. Oh my.
Yeah. So is it basically just for like healing and how to do stuff?
Yeah, first aid manual. So this is something good to know about. But this whole series is really good.
Yeah.
And this was my latest one. I didn't have this one. So in this day and age, I think it's good to know how to bandage wounds, clean wounds, do basic medical and beyond. So that's why I bought this. I'm going to read up on this.
Yeah, that seems fun.
What else do we have here? Now these, some people scoff at them, but you know what? If it was a true emergency and you had a couple of these in your vehicle or in your pocket or your backpack, where they should be, they do make a difference keeping you warmer than you would be. Are they 100% foolproof and bulletproof? No, of course not. Otherwise they'd be more expensive. But you put something like this with the red swing.
Yeah, I think that'd be nice.
Yeah, you could be a lot warmer. And like I said, what did I talk about? Redundancy. Two is one is none. These are so small and so cheap. Why not have, these two? I've got, these came with at least 10 to a pack. So you can put a couple in your car, a couple in your coat, a couple in your backpack. I mean, they're just nice to have.
Yeah.
It's just a cheap security blanket.
Yeah, and there's like 2 in a pack, right?
Yeah. Now this one I'm excited about. This is from Swiss Safe. Can you see that?
Yeah.
I've never once used them before. I love the packaging. On the back, you have your directions. I mean, it's just a very simple packaging, but it's very outdoorsy, old-timey looking. I really do love the packaging. So good job, Swiss Safe.
Yeah.
What it is a couple ferro rods. And these ferro rods, I don't know how good they are. It might be just a gimmick, but it has compass built right in.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's got a whistle. And I forget the price. I'm not going to tell you the price because prices change. And like I said, everything goes up. But these were a 2-for-1 basically.
Yeah.
So, but very nice. I'm going to try them out pretty soon because you know we love making fires.
Yeah. And it seems like they're almost like matches because on one side of the box there was.
Right, you know how the ferro rods go. You scrape the sparks. Yeah, so that'll be exciting. Now here's something I haven't had in a long time, but I think this is something everybody should have also. This is a stainless steel container. It's got a little latch on it, which I like. A hook, which I like. But I don't care. You know, everybody's got their own opinion, but I don't like the stainless steels with the plastic heads, the plastic caps. This is a stainless steel cap too.
Oh.
That way when you have to sit it over the fire, I'm warming up my water, don't mind me, you don't have to worry about your plastic cap getting hot.
Yeah.
Excuse me, or melted. But yeah, these are from Triple Tree.
Triple Tree. Oh,
1,000 milliliter.
that's nice.
Yep. And we got 2 of them, one for each of us.
Yep.
I'm pretty excited to try these out.
Yeah.
That was my first box, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Now here's another one that I got 2 of us. And to be honest, I'll review these again, but my daughter's already been using it. She really likes it. This is the Brita. This is our backup. The Brita filter water. This thing is really cool.
Yeah.
So simple, and you can totally taste the difference in water. We can use our tap water, and it just tastes so awesome. You got your filters that come with it, and it's got a little, handle and whatnot. This is pretty cool. It's a spring-loaded, and then it twists off, and you got your filter right there.
Yeah.
So the only downside is, if you can afford it, you have to change the filter every 3 months.
It's like every 2 months.
2 months. I thought this was really cool. These are really durable because it's been dropped a few times. I've seen her drop it.
Yeah.
It's been to school with her and back, everywhere. I mean, she takes it everywhere.
Yeah.
So Brita, you did a good job for a quick filtration system, and it really does make a difference. But it sounds like I'm doing a review right now.
No.
But Brita did a really good job.
Yeah.
But it contains 2 months of filter, is what it says.
Okay.
You can go through 40 gallons, I think it says. But like I said, we'll review this later. But you're right. It says right here on the box 2 months. So good job. It can replace 300 water bottles.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
So we'll do more on this, but Brita, you did impress us already. Alright, now one thing, this is super cheap. I found this for only $3. Find them as cheap as you can, but just a little winter hat. Always have this in your car. These things are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, I've used these for years and years and years. When I don't have a face mask, just have yourself a little beanie, not a beanie, but just a little cap, one that folds up. That way you can cover yours up or uncover them as you need to.
Yeah, that's
So,
cool.
I always buy a couple of these every year because they do wear out. They're elastic. I have one that's so stretched out that it just falls down, so I had to get a new one. All right, so let's see what else we have. going back to staying warm. Now these, I wish I remembered all these prices, but like I said, I'll look it up and review later. But this is emergency rain ponchos. Now, like I said, you know I don't buy things unless it's a good deal or I think it's of value. These are 4 emergency rain ponchos.
Wow.
And they're tougher than usual. I've seen the video of some people stretch them out and whatnot, but these just feel stronger than your typical poncho. Yeah. And there's 4 of them in here. And they all come individually wrapped. So you can keep them, like I said, here's your pocket, here's your car, here's your backpack, and here's, I don't know, wherever else you want. Yeah. But there's 4 of them in here. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So we'll have to open these up and test these out because I'm excited about these.
Yeah, I think the 4th one could just be an extra one for whenever you want.
Yep. And going along, this one I thought was cool. I don't know if you can see the tiny. There's 4 bivy sacks for the price of 1. Well, I don't know what it was, 1 or 2. But this is emergency blankets, extra thick. Says in a tough ultralight pack. 2-sided mylar. So as you can see here, one's the silver that we saw in the other emergency blanket, and the other is your green. So imagine being out in the winter with these, your red swing, and your $2 emergency blanket. I think you'd be pretty toasty. All for what? I mean, I barely paid, over $10 for these. There's 4 in here. And it says, made with heat flex mylar. Extra thick. Tear resistant. And what else is good about this? You can repack and reuse.
That's good.
And reduced noise. So they're not all from the aluminum.
Oh, that's nice.
These cheap ones, they're always going to be crunchy.
Yeah, and it's not just the bag doing that.
When you're out in the woods trying to hide, somebody will think you're eating potato chips, and all you're trying to do is cover up. But these, they're extra crunchy. They're probably like kettle cooked chips.
Yeah.
So when you're out in the woods trying to hide, somebody thinks you're sitting over there eating a bag of potato chips. It's like, no, I'm just trying to cover up. I'm like, well, I found you. But this one, their tag is don'tdieinthewoods.com. Well, if I got to pick any place to die, it'd be in the woods. That'd be the best place to die. I love the woods. Let me die in the woods. Yeah. Unless the rapture happens first, then let me die in the woods.
Yeah.
And I'll be fine there. But maybe cover me up with some rocks. That way the coyotes don't tear my intestines all the way through the woods. But otherwise, let me die in the woods.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather be eaten by the bugs in the woods than coyotes tearing me apart.
Yeah.
I've seen what coyotes can do. It's not pretty.
But
anyway, enough of that, folks.
Yeah. Next thing.
We'll save that one for last because that's just a fun thing. All right. Ooh, yeah. I've been wanting to try these out. Look at this. That packaging just makes me want to shine the light in the dark. Gear light.
I want to shine that in the dark too.
LED tactical flashlight. But yeah, we need a couple new flashlights because we have plenty around the house, but I didn't have any that I could carry with me. This has its own sheath for the belt. And the best thing about this, again, 2 for 1.
2 sheaths.
2 flashlights with 2 sheaths. So there's 2 flashlights in here for the price of 1. And this was an awesome deal when I got it. And they're very solid feeling. And like I said, we'll go into the details on this. But I'm actually really excited about this because I really like flashlights. If I probably like matches and fire starting stuff more, but I love flashlights. Flashlights are just cool. I can't even pack this back in.
They're just fun.
Yeah, they're nice to have because they're so useful. Actually, I'll take a knife first, then matches and fire starting stuff, and then flashlights. Yeah. I don't know. It keeps changing. Yeah. But anyway, that's a good one we just bought. And then to go along with that, same company, Gear Light, had a good deal on headlamps.
Yay!
Again, there's
Right
two
stuff.
in here, so I got a 2-for-1 deal again. So this is your headlamps, which goes without saying. But you know, again, car, backpack, always have a flashlight.
Yes.
Seriously, I've known so many people that are stranded. They're like, I can't even see. It's like, don't you have a flashlight? No, they don't.
Yeah, everybody
They don't
should
have a blanket. They don't have a flashlight. They don't have a lighter. They don't have nothing. It's like, keep some sort of simple survival kit in your car.
Yeah.
Simple.
Or else just... Oh.
That is even the most annoying thing. You know, I used to camp with a lot of different friends. And I'd get there and none of them had anything. And I'm not kidding you. And I'm not trying to brag here because it was annoying. Because I've camped with these people for at least 5 years.
Wow.
And they all said, well, we thought you would have the stuff. I was like... So then, you know, I was like, well, yeah, I do, because I always have duplicates, like I said.
Yeah.
So then they use my stuff for the night, and sometimes I lost stuff because they throw it in the car and take it. But it's like, bring your own stuff. Always be prepared.
Yeah.
Always be prepared. That's how it should be. Always be prepared, just in case.
Yeah, and even if they took your stuff, you always still had duplicates because you're just prepared.
I know, and I didn't say anything to them because they're my friends. I was like, well, they could use them. And, you know, like even my brother, we went camping one night in February, and his feet were freezing. And I was like, what do you have on for socks? And he just had on, like, these white Nike socks. So I got out a pair of my wool socks and gave them to him. And I said, just keep them. So he wore them, you know, every time we went out because he liked them so much. But I'm like, yeah, you always need some sort of extra special thing for camping. Doesn't have to be expensive, but come on, you know, that wool sock cost me $4. And I've wore it for how long? You just slip it over your regular sock and it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And the way these are made, I'm not saying they're all made this way, but these were too rough to be wore by themselves. I tried it once and it's really rough on your feet. So I always put on a regular sock, cotton sock, and then I put the wool over top, and that's just perfect.
To make it feel better
Oh,
on your
yeah.
feet.
So here's another thing I bought. Just portable aqua.
Ah.
If you can't filter your water and it's an emergency, you can use these tablets to throw in your water drink. And there's plenty, times 1,000 videos out there on these, but it's always good to have these. So I did want to get more of these.
So there's tablets in the little bottles.
Yeah, and it'll kill the bacteria.
Oh, that's cool.
It won't kill the taste. It'll still probably taste like crap, but it'll kill the bacteria. So it won't really kill like chemicals, but it'll kill bacteria.
Yeah.
And here's another thing I just wanted to beef up on. Always have a good medical kit. You know, I've got miniature kits here and there, but I haven't had a real one in a while. And you know, this one you can actually attach to your backpack. I don't even want to open this really, but I will for a second. Because it is really cool how this works.
When it's not stuck.
Oh, I haven't used this yet. I forgot that one of the cool things about this is when you have it, it'll rip off from your backpack. So you don't have to take the whole thing off your backpack. It just Velcros off. And then you can open it up.
That's cool.
But inside, a whole shebang of stuff.
Wow.
Well, I don't know for sure, but it's like $30, which is a lot of redundancy again. Here's another emergency blanket. Here's some more cordage made into a bracelet. And I'm not taking all this out. We'll do this some other time, but you know, your Band-Aids and whatnot. But I think, yeah, here's a little flashlight, 2 glow sticks, and I know somewhere in here is a survival knife. Oh, and a ferro rod. So for $30, this was a great redundancy pack, great backup pack.
Yeah, and it's almost like everything we just looked at.
Yeah, it is. Here's the emergency blanket again. So there's like 2 of those. I know it came with a knife, but it must be buried in there. I'm not digging this thing out, but
Yeah.
there's supposed to be a knife in there too.
Well,
But like I said, folks, I'll be reviewing each of these little by little.
yeah. Well, either way, knife or not, that's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, for the price, I mean, some people like, oh, it's not a professional kit or whatever. They always have complaints about it. But think about it. You have basically emergency kit, your basic Band-Aids, maybe some emergency Band-Aids in there. I don't know for sure. But you get a redundancy of a flashlight, a knife, emergency blankets, you know, all this extra stuff for about $30.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, so people just try to be, you know, I'm not knocking the professionals, but some of these people who get this stuff, they're never satisfied. They're always knocking the products when you need to appreciate what you have and appreciate the price per ratio of what you get.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, I know this isn't going to be like something ambulance would carry around, but I'm not an ambulance. I'm looking for something out in the woods that if I cut myself a little bit or even slightly a lot,
Yeah.
it'll be good. I don't know what's in here though. I really don't.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a triage bag or anything. I'm just saying it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
And for the price, for what I got, I think it's good.
This is amazing. It's really cool.
Because, you know, a lot of these people who act like nothing's good enough, think about our pioneers.
Yeah, they didn't have much.
Yeah, so think about the pioneers. I mean, they survived off of what? You know, think about people before the pioneers. You know, they lived off the land and they made it work. Yeah, some of them died. A lot of them died. But I mean, they were living in the woods.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you don't want to take your chance going out in the woods, unless you have a $200, $300, $500 bag, then you probably shouldn't go out. I've been going out in the woods since I was a kid with nothing. So I think this is good enough for me. So, I don't know. That's something that people argue about, but I really don't care that much. I'm not going to spend all my money on something, you know, like that. You know, some people are like, yeah, you gotta have, you know, gunshot bandages in there. I'm like, that's gonna up my ante to a $250 bag.
Yeah.
I don't have that money. So some people say, well, I can't afford that, so they don't get anything. What I say is, take what money you have and get what you can.
Yeah, because that's still a really nice bag.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so plus it is a cool bag.
Yeah.
What else? Oh yeah. Well, some brand new duct tape. Camouflage. You can always use duct tape. Yeah, I do like camouflage.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then last thing, excuse me. Now this is not a necessity for anybody, folks, but it's something I've been wanting because my last one's broke. But this is night vision.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I'm excited to try this out. So this is Night Vision by Solomark NV100. It got really good views on Amazon. So I'll be excited to see how it works. Because whether or not you're using it for hunting or whatever tactical thing you want to do, sometimes I just end up stuck in the woods. You know, it gets too dark and all of a sudden you're like, well, I'm still an hour away from my truck. I want to get back.
Yeah.
And what if I'm going and my flashlight dies? Or whatnot? At least this is a little backup thing. Plus, emergency or not, this just be cool to have. See what animals are out there.
Yeah, and it just looks fun to use.
Well, yeah, and plus it comes with strap holders or a belt loop. You can put this right on your backpack.
Wow.
And who cares? It's like weighs nothing. So it's not going to be something big. But I'm excited to use this. And no, it's not a $500,000 whatever machine. I'm just excited to use it. So there's Solomark Night Vision. And we'll see how it works.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's it. Alright, folks, so, you know, I showed a lot of things super fast, and some things I got super excited about, some things I ranted about, but that's how it goes. I sometimes I go on rants, and sometimes I get super excited about things. But point is, well, these are things I felt were necessary, and things you should always have in your house, backpack, car, coat, are things that's necessary. Knife, lighter, matches, some sort of way to start a fire, some sort of way to have water or filter water, flashlight, just everything like that. Well, what I had here, I thought long and hard about, because I don't have a lot of money to just blow.
Mm-hmm.
So I waited, I saved, and I made sure the deals were good, and I felt okay buying this stuff.
Yeah.
So, it's just always good to be prepared, especially these days are getting crazy again. Remember last year, things were crazy. And we had riots. Were there riots? I don't know. Am I going to get banned for that? Peaceful protests. I don't know what they call them. But no matter what, people are getting crazy.
Yeah.
We had the whole COVID thing. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that either. We had what was it, the C-19 thing?
Yeah.
I'll say that. And, I work in retail, like I said before. Prices went up last year, but this year, a lot of them almost doubled. I'm raising things from my boss, telling me to raise things. And it's not because we're trying to make money, it's because we're covering costs. Some things went up 20 cents, some went up 50 cents. I've seen some things go up $1.
Yeah.
So, you get what you can, while you can. Like a lot of the stuff was on sale, so I bought it. I just went to my store and another store. They're selling some beans and rice for 25 cents a bag because it was stuff that they weren't carrying anymore because some of the companies went out of business or they weren't supplying anymore. So if they can't meet the supply, then the stores are getting rid of them. So they're excess. They're just like, get rid of them. So I got stuff for 25 cents a bag. So while you're in these stores, I know there's videos out there where they do prepping hauls, whatnot. And that's cool. They can afford it somehow. I can't. So every time you see a super cheap sale, grab yourself 5 or 6. You don't have to blow $100 on it. But, I bought, probably $10 worth that would have been $20 worth of product.
Yeah.
But I got it for $10 because it was so cheap. So just look for those sales, especially with whatever is coming up. Stock up on some water, use some jugs of water. Right now they're still 88 cents a jug. Maybe have some in your back pantry. Maybe have some extra beans, extra rice. Like I said, I don't focus on prepping here. Do I prep? Yeah. But I don't blow my savings on it. I don't spend every check on it because I have other things to live on. I have to pay for my house. I'm a single dad. I pay for my mortgage, pay for a car payment. I have my child. So I do have to put things first, but every chance I get, I buy cheap. But I also want to make sure it's quality too. So I'm not going to buy from Dollar Tree some sort of little pocket knife and think I'm going to survive off that. No, I'll look for stuff better than that. But if that's all you can get is a $1 pocket tree knife, go ahead and get it. It's better than nothing.
Yeah, and it's $1, so if you can get it, that's fine.
Try it out, and then always make sure you're testing these things that you buy. If you're gonna have that Dollar Tree pocket knife, test it out. See if it'll even cut paper. See if it'll cut a pencil. If it won't cut a pencil, it's not gonna cut wood when you're trying to make a fire.
Yeah.
But just try to think outside the box about what things you can do to survive. Extra candles. Like I said, I don't claim to be an expert, but I've lived this long, got along just fine without having to do much. I want to pass some of this knowledge on to you. The main thing I want to teach is my daughter, of course. But if I figured if other people can learn from me, great. Because there's people at work that they're just amazed at some of the things you can do with the simplest things. But these people, nothing against them, but they've never even been camping before.
Oh.
They should try that first. They should try getting out there camping. They should try, walking 2 miles home. A lot of them can't do that. And I'm not saying you have to. There's people who really can't. I'm not knocking anybody. But if you're able to do something, you should do it.
Yeah, just try it out to see if you can.
Yeah, otherwise you'll be it'll be out of left field. It's like someone coming at you with the right, but they got a really good left, and all of a sudden you're knocked out. Well, you should have been ready for that left too.
Mm-hmm.
And so just what I'm trying to say here is, we've been having fun with this channel. We've been just out adventuring and whatnot, but there have been people who have emailed me and asking me, hey, what about this? What about that? And I figured, well, maybe for those people watch me, because I know I'm not a big channel, but for those watch me, I'll give any tips and tricks I can, because it's just good to pass on any knowledge I have. So anyway, on that, we'll see how this goes. Let me know what you think, and give a like, subscribe. God bless, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you.